Hey guys, I'm Friction Pen, and today we're going to learn a little bit about building Lego pixel art. Today I thought we would talk a little bit about how to create pixel art with Lego bricks. And while we probably don't need an actual tutorial today on how to create the Mario that I just showed you that I made with my Lego bricks, I thought we'd talk a little bit about the process of how you can make your own. Pixel art is basically taking an object that has a single color and placing it next to another object that has a single color until you can create a picture. A good example of that would be 8-bit and 16-bit video games from the past. Those video games used a very limited color palette. They also used a very limited resolution, so they tended to be real blocky. And if you've played any retro games, which I'm sure most of you have, then you've noticed that blocky look and feel to the games. When I was a kid, we were super happy with those. They were incredibly good, fun games. But as things change and they get better, you can look back now and see they really do have lots of limitations. But for our example, these work out great. So if you search online or even play one of your video games and pause the screen, you can actually kind of see the blockiness of the picture. And we'll use Mario for our example. And what I did was I just fired up my Nintendo, popped in Super Mario Brothers, got Mario on the screen, and paused it. So with our game screen paused, all we really have to do is look at our Mario character and just look at the dots and pretend each of those dots is a Lego brick. So if we take a look at his foot there at the bottom, actually both of his feet because they're exactly the same. The bottom row of dots is 4 long, and the one right above that is 3 long, and that's on each side. So that would be both of his feet. So I need a brick that is 4 wide and a brick that is 3 wide. Now, I didn't use the olive green color. I replaced the olive green with blue so we could get a more standard Mario look. But that's all I did. I went and grabbed 2 1x4 bricks and 2 1x3 bricks, and I made Mario's feet. And then I simply just progressed from there. I looked at the next row, figured out the colors, and went and grabbed some bricks, and the next row and the next row until I made it all the way to the top with my Mario character. And you can change the colors if you want to use green instead of blue, and then you have Luigi. I used black for the hair because the coloring in the very first game here, the Super Mario Brothers from the Nintendo, the NES, the first one, they didn't have the colors that you see now. Mario was kind of that ugly green color instead of his blue pants that he has on now, his shirt underneath his red overalls. So you can see that in the newer ones there. Mario looks a tad bit different now. So I wanted to make it a little bit more colorful, and I just switched that out. And you can certainly do that as well. And that's really all there is to it. It's a pixelated picture, which is why this is generally referred to as pixel art. You can see each of those pixels or dots only represent one color. Now in newer games like today, the same principle applies. Each dot on the screen still only represents one color. The detail or the resolution is just so much higher. We are zoomed out farther from the picture, if you will. It looks like it's all blurred together and there's a lot of blending in place. But if you actually take a screenshot or have a picture of that on your computer where you can zoom in far enough, you can actually see that those pictures are also still made up of individual one-colored dots placed real close to each other. And the more of those you can fit in a smaller space, the better. The better the picture quality and the better it looks. So this process doesn't just work on older 8-bit, 16-bit systems like the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo. It actually would work on any picture. You can zoom in far enough until you can see the pixels. You can make any kind of picture you want. So I assume that most of you probably already knew about this, but I did want to share it because I do think it's fun, and I really like to build in this fashion. I wanted to build my favorite character from the Nintendo line, the very first NES system, and that's Megaman. But when I went to do that and make this video, I couldn't find couldn't find enough lighter blue, the medium azure or medium blue, so I had to go back and make Mario. What do you guys think? Is this something that you do now? Is it something that you find fun? Do you want to give it a try? And let me know in the comments if this is something that you found interesting or fun, or if this is something you already do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.